we're here at the top of the Façade of Notre Dame. As you can see, there's quite a lot of people amassed down there. They're gathered around some sort of event. We're going to go and have a closer look. And for that, I'm going to show you our new system, our new free running system. It's basically giving you a little bit more controlled. It's called Controlled Descent. If you've played Assassin's Creed before, of course you know that the haystacks were quite a big deal. They're still in the game, but this new system is basically giving you more control over your character. And you can avoid using the haystacks if you just want to get around faster. As you can see here, the crowd is quite lively. There's a lot going on. They're amassed around this situation. And we see these guys in red over there, a bit extremists. They're killing people. They've just been spotted by our police faction, the Protectors. If we get involved with that fight, we're going to get in trouble. So for now, for the purpose of the demo, I'm just going to keep going and show you a little bit more stuff. This guy right there just stole this woman's purse. That's just one of the random events that happen throughout the city. But as you can see here, we have these people amassed around the house. They're sort of looking in and they seem worried. We're just going to go and have a look real quick and see what's going on.
So you just go into random buildings?
You have these interiors peppered throughout the world. This is one of the things that we're doing to really push the next gen consoles. The world is not just large; it's also really quite busy. It's width and breadth, really. As well, in those interiors, you'll find missions like this murder mystery here. It's just one example of a number of activities that you can get up to when you're playing the game. Over here we have the faction that we saw before. They're sort of giving trouble to civilians. We could help the civilians right now, but we're just going to keep going because we just want to focus on our target, and he's not very far. He's actually inside that building. We're going to have to get involved, I guess. So I'm going to show you a bit of our new combat system, as opposed to the old ways of doing things where you would just press a button and counter attack. What we have is a parry system, where if I time it right, I'm just going to basically give me a window of opportunity to attack and then kill him. It's just one of the ways we're giving the player a little bit more control over the assassin. Just like the controlled descent that you saw before, it's all about control. Another thing people have been asking for is a stealth button, which you're seeing now. It's a dedicated stealth mode. It basically means you're silent everywhere you go. Of course, if you're seen, that's a problem, so you have to take cover, as we're doing now. You can go cover to cover, like so, and just kind of sneak around a situation that you wouldn't want to get in trouble with 5 of those guys. So for now, we're just going to wait and go on up. As you can see with the red dot over there, that's our target. So we're going to go and get them.
Are there multiple ways of getting into this place?
There are. You have different doors, different windows. It's really up to you to figure out how you want to go about doing that. So it turns out this guy is not the one we're looking for. We're going to go and head towards the Palais de Justice, which is where it told us to go. As you can see here, seamless, going from the interior to the exterior. This is giving you a bit more of a sense of the scale of the city. You see these icons just showing you a little bit of the activities that you can get up to. You have this icon over there that's a Brotherhood mission where you can play with up to 3 friends. You simply have to go towards it and launch it.
I was going to ask, the Brotherhood missions, so they're separate.
They are separate. They're all, what they are is they're story missions, as well as what we're doing now, except they're concentrated and focused with the Brotherhood in mind, with you and your friends together. So they're not the same missions, but they are story-based.
And they're set characters, the other guys that
they're not set characters, they're actually just you, but you get to customize your character the way you want. And so, of course, the more you play, the more you unlock. But that's something we're going to talk to people about in the coming months. A little bit later, we're not going into detail, but this is basically going to allow you to have your own personality a little bit. Choose different weapons, different costumes. You saw a bit of that in the Microsoft conference where we showed the shared experience demo. Over here, just showing you a bit of the variety of the crowd and how busy they're getting about. These guys are arguing about food rations. It wasn't an easy time. It's a really dark period in history, the French Revolution. So not everything is pretty, as those people getting drunk in the tavern were showing you. See, this guy just got killed. We could get to him, but as you see here, if we follow the target, we see that we have to get past these guys, so we're just going to use a bit of the climbing abilities.
You're hidden, nobody sees you.
Yeah.
Showing you a little bit of the crowd here again. And I'm going to use the Eagle Pulse, which is the new Eagle Vision. It's an ability that you, over the course of the game, you can develop and upgrade. So as you can see here, our target is right there in the yellow. That's Captain Xavier. We couldn't quite get to him now. He's got a lot of people around him. I guess we could use our Phantom Blade. That's a long-range weapon. But since he's doing a public execution over there with the guillotine, we're gonna turn it back on him and execute him publicly. At this point in the French Revolution, the guillotine had been turned on the people. Anyone could be accused of being a loyalist and be killed. It was a pretty depressing time to be alive in France.
Do you think this is the bloodiest Assassin's Creed?
It's certainly, the French Revolution is certainly known as one of the bloodiest times in history. Yeah. The guillotine being sort of the landmark showing this.
Yeah.
I think it's likely that people will think it's the bloodiest. Yes.
Okay.
And our job here is done. Just on time for friends to join us.
I love that you guys have that, like, where you can play, like, pretty much co-op, right?
Yeah.
Is it online as well as
it's online?
Local?
Yeah, I don't think it's local.
Okay.
No. You know what? I don't have the actual information, but it's definitely online. That's for sure. 100% on Xbox Live and Sony console, next gen only, and PC. I think it'd probably be too complicated for local. So yeah, you get to play with your friends. Next gen coming out this holiday, and hopefully people get excited.
Oh yeah, definitely. One last question.
Yeah, go for it.
The assassin that you play now, how does he compare to the other assassins?
Arnaud is he's on a quest for redemption. He's at the beginning of the game. We're not revealing quite yet what happens to him, but something pretty traumatic happens. So of course he's a Frenchman, so he's quite charming. He's got really sort of interesting relationships with characters. We have a pretty diverse cast as well. That's something we always do well, I think. And I don't write them myself, so I can say that it's well done. So I think people are going to find him charming, but also with a bit of a brutality to him that's might take you by surprise. It's going to be a reflection of the French Revolution. That's the backdrop of everything that guy is sort of going through.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Super exciting.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.